Hello and welcome to SHRM Session 3, Part 2. In this session, we will talk about external environmental factors. Your learning outcome for this lesson is getting to know external business environmental factors that impact SHRM. As mentioned before, SHRM involves the consideration of both internal and external factors and their influence on an organization's HR strategy. It consists of two major aspects. Number one, the integration of human resource management into the business strategy, and number two, the involvement of human resource practice to meet environmental challenges. In this lesson, we will be looking at the external environmental elements. The external environmental factors can have both a positive and negative effect on the business. Neglecting the external environment can have devastating effects on an organization. Let's look at some external environmental factors in detail. Globalization. The term globalization refers to the processes of international integration that is arising from the interchange of worldviews, products, ideas, and other aspects of culture. Advances in transportation and telecommunications infrastructure, including the rise of the internet, are major factors of globalization, generating further interdependence of economic and cultural activities. As a result, trade and financial markets are becoming more advanced, more integrated, and this leads to problems in HR practices such as languages, competition, attitudes of employees, leadership style, work ethics, flexibility regarding times, work options like working from home, convenient timings for employees, and all that. Thus, HR managers must deal with more problems and challenges because of globalization, and they are more and more involved in employees' personal life than ever before. Labor environment. The current labor environment is a particular area which is a very uncontrollable factor. Labor legislations of the area may command the use of labor, tight regulations to create severe restrictions for hiring employees, wage laws that prevent the use of large group of unskilled workers, or even labor unions which have a strong presence in the market. There are many factors which control the supply of employees in a given area, like demographic trends, labor legislations, and skill levels as an output of a society's education system, wage levels of a particular area, the strength and nature of the industrial relation system, and in general, the culture of a certain demographic or geographic area. Whereas the demand of employees may be affected by such factors like technology advancements, economic forces, the business cycle, the demand for specific products, legislations, socio-cultural tastes, and even consumer sentiments. The human resource management managers are now responsible for keeping tabs on all these issues and informing other managers about them. Employees profile. Now organizations are hiring more younger groups than matured groups. With the changing profile of employees, their expectations are also very high because they want better working facilities, remuneration, and comfortable and flexible timings as well. This is a big challenge for the HR department because they need to have realistic job profiles and design a suitable retention strategy and develop the quality of work life of their employees. The HR department needs to move towards a more inclusive corporate culture and develop a deeper understanding which includes demographics, skill sets, personality traits, and employee perspectives on the organization and the culture. Workforce diversity. According to Thomas, dimensions of workplace diversity include but are not limited to age, ethnicity, ancestry, gender, physical abilities and qualities, race, sexual orientation, educational background, geographic location, income, marital status, military experience, religious beliefs, parental status, and work experience. Success of an organization depends on the ability to manage a diverse body of talent. This is the same talent that can bring innovative ideas, perspectives, and views to the workplace. Diversity at the workplace can be turned into a strategic human resource management advantage if the organization utilizes its diverse talent properly. Organizations must develop strategies to support their diverse talent and, of course, ensure retention. Otherwise, they may lose the talent to competitors. Thus, an HR manager needs to be rational and predictable and must also comply with environmental changes. It is a difficult task to do. All employees must be trained and motivated to develop their diverse talent at a global level as well. Thus, the effectiveness of an organization's diversity management is dependent on the skillful and corresponding act of the HR manager. Technological advances. Rapidly changing technologies affect the workplace and SHRM. Technological advancement influences organizational work criteria and work performance. Rapid changing technologies have reduced the number of employees at the workplace and have also increased unemployment in the market. Fast changing technologies require considerable skill, versatile staff to cope up with changes, and also an appropriate leadership style to manage the employees in a changing environment. On the other hand, there comes a scarcity of skilled manpower. Technological change brings difficulties and challenges to organizations. This is a challenge for SHRM managers to motivate their staff to adapt to technological changes and also help them to learn from such changes and still be relevant. Changes in the political and legal environment. The political and legal environment is also changing fast thanks to globalization. It affects the environment within which industries work. Due to changes in the legal and political environment, the business environment is also changing, and organizations must have to follow all prevailing rules when doing business. These challenges even affect industrial relations. That means the relations between employers and employees. These factors may be things like minimum wages, minimum ages of workers, working conditions, quality of work, and the quality of the product or services, the location, as well as employee welfare. It is a big challenge for human resource management to anticipate these changes and follow up their implementation. The economic environmental changes. The economic environment is also affecting the work environment directly or indirectly. Some of the factors may be in scarcity in a specific area, whereas other factors may be easily available. We're talking about things like electricity, power, demand of quality products, changes in inflation rate and interest rate, devaluation of money, and the ever increasing aspirations of workers for higher salaries. We are also talking about benefits, material and financial, and the mounting costs of employee welfare, as well as other benefits like insurance. In an inflationary economy, the resources tend to become scarce and the cost of machines, materials, and labor tend to multiply. These then push up the capital and running costs, a very big challenge for HRM practitioners.